Well, Vinny Sheba, look who's here. It's the Nigerian soccer team. They made it. They're here at the airport. They are checking in, getting ready for their flight. They're in good spirits. We're told that this isn't a big deal for them. We spoke with a representative for the team, and he says Atlanta is a special place for this team. They won gold here 20 years ago. We're inside the Georgia Power Storm Center, where they have dozens of people tracking the storm and tracking the outages. They've been working throughout the night. Police say the woman got out of the truck at this pump. She went into the Circle K to pay for the gas. That's when police say the suspect pulled up to Walls. They got into an argument. Police say he shot him in the chest. They believe Walls died before even hitting the ground. This is the bizarre part. They say that woman came out of the store calmly, walked up to Walls, looked at his body, grabbed her purse out of the truck, and calmly walked back into the store. What we do know is that at least 2 people were inside this vehicle at the time of the crash, and police say one of those people has died. Reports say that he had been in the hospital since the weekend, recovering after an aneurysm burst in his abdomen. Police say there was some sort of gathering at this house. They say there were multiple people inside the home. They got a 911 call around 2 o'clock in the morning from one of those people saying there was a home invasion. Police say when they got on scene, they found 4 victims. 3 of them were shot and killed. A 4th one, critical condition, taken by helicopter to an area hospital. Now, police say these bodies were found in the living room and in the kitchen of this house. Police say at this point they don't have any information on the shooter. They believe it was just one person, but they're not definite. But there are other people who were in the home who were not injured, and police are right now questioning those people, asking them what they saw, who may have come into the house, and who did this. Now, police say the victims are men and women, but they don't know where they're from, they don't know their ages, and they don't really know the relationships between all the people inside this home, Sheba. Marty, Jen, just about 15 minutes ago, we heard a muffled explosion come from the direction of where this suspicious package was found. These missing person posters have been popping up all over town. They handed out these postcards here today. It says, "I can't do this." I don't need a measuring stick or anything. It's not that deep. But this all fell in about 15 to 20 minutes this afternoon. They are right now evacuating children from this building. They're trying to bring in some healthy options for people so you can eat that fair food and still feel good about yourself. Just about a minute ago, someone drove past and threw all these pom-poms at us. Put your hand! Like something out of a movie.
Throw the gun down, son, and come out.
Unfolding at the Parkside at Camp Creek Apartments in East Point Friday.
Put the gun down, put the gun down. And they said it maybe, over 10 times.
This woman heard it all. She didn't want her picture on camera in worry of retaliation.
Pop, 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 pop. And then I heard like a bang.
U.S. Marshals say they approached 26-year-old Jamarian Robinson, wanted for allegedly shooting at Atlanta City Police last week.
I saw someone running by the window, and he had tactical gear on, and I knew that it was time to move away.
She hid in her kitchen.
You know, bullets they just go everywhere, and for my safety, I moved away from the window.
Officials say while on scene, Robinson shot at them, triggering a gun battle.
After that, it was silence.
Police say Robinson died from his wounds. An autopsy is scheduled with the Fulton County Medical Examiner. None of the officers were hurt. Erin Calandra, 11 Alive News. Police didn't immediately release the victim's name, saying they were waiting to notify his family, but police are calling this a domestic issue inside the home. It happened in this house. You can see the police tape still in the front yard, shocking to neighbors who say this family is quiet. A 30-year-old man found dead, shot to death inside this Cherry Laurel Lane home. Neighbors say the family who lives here is new to the community, moving in just about a year ago.
Her kids ride the bus with my kid. And her daughter's really nice, very polite. I'm shocked, actually, because you don't never hear anything from them.
Atlanta police say a woman notified them around 2 o'clock this morning.
An officer was on patrol in the neighborhood and was flagged down regarding a shooting here at this home.
But who shot him is still a mystery. Police confirm that this is a domestic issue, but 2 people were inside at the time, a 15-year-old boy and his mother. Both are being questioned by police.
Right now, it's very early in the investigation. We have recovered a handgun inside the home. However, it's too early to determine whether charges will be pending.
Still a lot of questions about what exactly happened inside this house. We'll continue to follow this story and we'll bring you updates as they become available. Back to you.
There's only one phone company that provides landline service to this community, and they really rely on it. Some of them have cell phone service, others don't, and they're all worried what will happen if they have an emergency.
The communication company that provides no communication.
This is what it usually sounds like when the Henningers pick up their telephone. But every once in a while, a call will come through.
It's ringing. It never rings.
And even less often, it works.
Hello? Hello?
But the joy was short-lived. Less than a minute later,
Now it's dead. Now there's nothing.
and it's been like this for months.
1 minute it works and the next minute it doesn't.
The Henningers live in Rebersburg, a tiny farming community, rural with bad cell phone service. In fact, some of their neighbors don't have any cell service at all. And like the Henningers,
My husband is not well.
many of them have health problems and need to know they can rely on their phone to get help.
I've even had problems with our doctor's office getting a hold of us at times.
They've contacted the phone company Verizon dozens of times. They've even gone to local representatives, emergency dispatch, and county commissioners who are also concerned.
There are dozens of families that live in this area, and if they have an emergency, your landline doesn't work, your cell phone won't work when you're at your house.
They too are encouraging Verizon to fix the problem and make adjustments in the meantime.
The county is requesting that Verizon provide a temporary cell phone tower so that the residents of that area can make outgoing phone calls during emergencies.
They're told the problem is in the wires. They say phone technicians have made repairs, but nothing is fixed, and now the Henningers and others are fed up.
They need to fix it. I'm paying $55 a month. For what?
It's time for Verizon to step up and fix the problem.
Now, we reached out to Verizon today several times. We wanted to hear about these problems and what they were doing to fix it ourselves, but unfortunately, none of our calls were returned. Live in State College, Erin Calandra, 6 News. Police say Brandy Weaver Gates even shaved her head pretending to be sick. Now, we spoke with 2 people who helped raise money for her for what they thought were cancer treatments, and they say they're shocked. Here's former beauty queen, Miss Pennsylvania U.S. International, Brandy Weaver Gates, riding in the 4th Fest parade. And here she is now, cuffed and in jail.
Brandy, do you have anything to say?
State police say Gates lied for years about having cancer.
I'm a 2-year cancer patient.
She's facing felony theft. Police believe she made up the leukemia diagnosis to scam thousands of dollars from the community. Brenda Peters held a dance for Brandy at her tavern, raising nearly $1,000.
When she did come in to collect her money, she wore a face mask so that she would not be exposed to any germs.
She got all of her pageant gowns from Formalities.
This is the designer that she was wearing at 4th Fest.
Tristina Fisher says she was duped.
I'm shocked. I'm sad. I'm worried about her.
Police say this is unlike anything they've ever seen.
How do you pull somebody in that's being treated for cancer and say, hey, you're being accused of faking this?
Trooper Thomas Stocks says Brandy shaved her head so it looked like she had chemo. Here you can see her wearing a medical mask, releasing a lantern during one of her benefits. Stocks says she would even have family drive her to Baltimore for fake treatments.
She was very believable.
And I think that she definitely just needs help.
The Miss U.S. International organization, which is not affiliated with Miss America or Miss USA, released this statement saying they too were tricked. They stood by her as she struggled being a beauty queen and cancer patient. She's no longer a representative of the Miss Pennsylvania U.S. International organization. She's supposed to return her crown and sash, quote, upon release from being detained.
He's literally sleeping on the streets and on park benches around State College, but he still has a strong faith in God, and he says that's why he decided to do the right thing.
5, 46, 7, 8. $348.
Hard, cold cash lost in a park, but now reunited with its owner.
Are you Ashley?
I am.
Hi, I'm Jenny.
Nice to meet
Nice to meet you. Here's your wallet.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
But how this woman got her wallet back is an unlikely story.
I was waiting to go to an AA meeting over across at St. Andrews. But I was on the bench when I walked up there.
That's the voice of the 32-year-old man who found the purse sitting on a park bench at Freedman Park. He didn't want to go on camera, but tells us he's originally from Boston and has been living on the streets of State College for several weeks.
I don't have anything in my pockets right now.
But that didn't stop him from making the right choice. He opened up the wallet, saw the cash along with an access card, and knew the rightful owner was also down on their luck. Was there a split second where you thought, I could take this cash?
Of course. I just thought about it wouldn't have been good on my conscience. I mean, somebody might not have known, but I would have known. God would have known.
He contacted a local homeless shelter who tracked down the woman, and it turns out she's a single mother fighting brain cancer.
It actually broke me down a little bit. That broke me down a little bit.
Neither party wanted us to film their meeting, but it was filled with thank yous, hugs, and smiles. The woman says her whole life is inside this little bag, and she couldn't put it into words how grateful she was to have it back safely.